Hello to all my wonderful subscribers, disciples, students. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Taoism as Applied to the News. This is your Master GongSun. In today's episode, a flyer who went viral after refusing to give seat to crying child sues airline and passenger who filmed her. Oh, what happened here? The Brazilian woman who went viral after refusing to give up her pre-selected window seat to a crying child says she has officially filed charges against the airline and the passenger who filmed her. Jennifer Castro, 29, a bank employee from Belo Horizonte, found herself at the center of an internet firestorm after the incident in December. A video of the incident, which Jennifer says was actually filmed by a fellow passenger and not the mother, as previously reported, went viral, leading to a whirlwind of online shaming. Castro also unexpectedly rose to social media fame with her Instagram. Alright. Okay, so let's really get to the meat of the matter here. She says she wants to prevent similar public shaming and what she calls unauthorized exposure in the future. So let's see exactly what happened. She says the incident began during boarding when she noticed a child sitting in her designated seat. Since she had selected the window seat in advance, Castro expected the child to move to another seat. I waited for him to correctly accommodate himself in another seat, and then I sat down in my seat, she recalled. The situation escalated when someone began filming Castro without her consent. Throughout the flight, the child cried a lot, which, although uncomfortable, is understandable when traveling. What surprised me was the fact that a person who had nothing to do with the situation started filming me without permission, insulting me and trying to publicly embarrass me simply because I didn't want to change seats. The viral video led to widespread public backlash, which Castro says had severe consequences for her mental health and professional career. My reaction was complete shock, she said. I never imagined that something so simple could take on such proportions. Professionally, my life has changed a lot, so much so that today I am no longer in the field I worked in before, she added. I was a banker in my personal life. At the height of the repercussions, I practically didn't leave the house. In addition to the emotional impact, I was also afraid because we know that unfortunately there are many bad people in the world. No one deserves to go through what I went through, being filmed, insulted, and attacked just for exercising a basic right. Alright, so I believe that we live in a society where thinking differently is natural and healthy as long as there is respect. Well, this I agree with, for sure. What makes everything more complicated is when people judge or attack without knowing all the details of the situation. Well, that's correct. Maybe she was disabled herself. Maybe it's hard for her to switch seats, or maybe because she has a psychological fear of being away from the window. It's true that we don't actually know what happened. Anyway, to wrap up, it's essential to normalize no and understand that no one should be forced to justify something they simply don't want to do. We live in a society where no is often seen as rude or selfish, but this needs to change. Every person has their own reasons, preferences, and limits, and all of this must be respected without judgment. I would absolutely agree with this, actually. Like, I'm on her side. I mean, she paid for the seat. Why should she have to move? And if she did, then she should be compensated for it. So, yeah, this is a pretty clear-cut case where, because in the past, those who were Taoists were often thought to think differently from the rest of society and pay the price. I mean, Taoism had not always been the main religion in China. There were times in its history when it was replaced by Buddhism, and Taoism was considered on the way out. So that explains the syncretism, where Taoists, Taoist priests, or rather the Taoist religion itself, had to borrow concepts from Buddhism to make people stay in the religion, or to it kind of merge the two. Like, by which I mean people who were more inclined to be Buddhist, or rather, or were already Taoist but were on the verge of converting. They were okay. Maybe I don't have to convert, because if you're going to take this Buddhist concept, for example, of the mudras, right, the different hand gestures when doing prayers, then maybe I'll stay in Taoism instead. So we all had to accommodate, right, syncretism. Anyway, my point is that oh, actually, she's not done yet. Seeking redress is not only about justice, but also about holding accountable those who inappropriately expose my image, and ensuring that this type of situation does not happen again to other people. Yeah, I actually know what she means, and I would have to agree. And the Tao would agree as well. Meaning that you don't have to be pushed around by other people. Wait, when you're bullied, you have to stand up for yourself. I mean, we've all been victims of bullies before. I certainly did when I was in elementary and high school. Although the bullying was never that bad, but no one likes that feeling. And we all must stand up for ourselves, because it means that if you're easily bullied, they will not stop. You'll have to give up all your rights to the bullies for the rest of your life. And who the hell wants to do that? Anyway, what do you guys think? Should she have given up her seat to some crying child? Leave your comments below. This has been your Master GongSun. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao. Also, check out my website. I have a new website. It is sweetdivinetao.com, and you can sign up for my online class.